Hello everybody, Raven Knight here, and welcome back to another episode of How to Build. This is the series where I basically take you through all of my created For Honor characters, or characters from my legends, characters from the For Honor and Glory story, or characters from the campaign or game. Teach you how to build them, basically what I use to make them, their armor sets, their weapons, their emotes, all that kind of fun stuff. And so that way, if you want to build them yourselves, you certainly can. I've gone through a couple so far, and y'all seem to like these all right, so thought we'd go ahead and go into one that I was actually requested to talk about. I've had a couple people who are now watching my Legend series and waiting on the next one. That's coming, by the way. And y'all were very interested in one of my Centurion legends, Gaius Verus. And I am very happy to talk to you guys about Varus and tell you guys how I built him. Kind of one of my more villainous characters, a Centurion who he felt betrayed by his commander and is now joining with Horkos to get revenge because he believes that Horkos is the only way to go about anything. So let's go ahead and get started. Ready? Let's do this. So starting off with the armor, you want to start off with the Orcos helm, the Orcos chest, and the Orcos arms. I really like these because they look very commanding and dominating, especially the large shoulder pauldrons, the puffier sleeves, and the big vambraces. I like the way the armor looks. It's a musculata, so it looks very muscular, very pretty, but it also has like the skull motif on the face, so that gives it a more evil, more terrifying, menacing look, which I thought would fit very well for what we're going for with this kind of villainous character. It'll also go along with the ornament, which we'll get to. So again, you want the Orcos helm, the Orcos chest, and the Orcos arms. Okay. For your weapon, you're going to want the Regal Blade, Regal Hilt, and Regal Guard. You want royalty. The idea behind this guy is he was a very respected, very liked Centurion. His men respected him. He had the admiration of a lot of his, his intermediaries and his friends and his colleagues. He was looked up to. And even though he's now joined Horkos, he's still looked up to. He's regarded as a good leader. So he's going to carry around a very regal, very strong looking blade. It's actually one of my favorite Centurion weapons in general, but I think it still works with our boy here. Now, let's move on. For traits, again, he's going to be default 1, and I made his skin color the second one, but honestly, it's not going to matter. I mean, it doesn't matter which one you switch to. You can't tell anyway. So whichever one you want is fine. For ornament, you want the heavy metal ornament. You get this from the Exquisite Corpse mask outfit. Now, the reason I chose this one is because not only is the crest kind of cool, but also it has the skull look, which again, we're going for kind of a more evil or more aggressive look for him. He's not a guy who just wants you to respect him. He wants you to fear him. So I thought that would work very well for him. Now, let's move on to what you're going to put on his body. For the left arm, no paint pattern, no symbol, but you do want the rose embossing, which you get by completing the night story on realistic mode. So if you haven't played the campaign with the night story and completed it on realistic, you don't have this, but it's easy to get. Just go play realistic on the night story mode and you'll have this. Well, I say easy. It's a little tricky. I had some trouble with it at first, but you know what? You'll get it eventually. And this is a good look for his armband. All right, next, the right shoulder. You're going to want the Paint Pattern Fallen Protector 1. This is on the Event Pass Tier 4. So you can actually get this now. Get this while you have time. You want the Fallen Protector 1 for this, and I'll tell you why. For your symbol, you're going to want the Laurel Crest, which is what you get at Reputation 14 Level 2. If you look, you can see the skull mixed in with the laurel, which I thought was a really good idea because the laurel shows royalty, it shows divinity, it shows status, but a skull sitting right in the middle of it shows that something awful has been done through this royalty or because of this royalty or to this royalty, and I thought that would be a great symbol for him to have. So get the Paint Pattern Fallen Protector 1 and Laurel Crest. That's what you want for the right shoulder. For the left shoulder, you want the paint pattern Inverted Triangle, which you get at Reputation 12 Level 6, and you want the Embossing Skull 1, which you get at Reputation 17 Level 20. Again, it kind of gives this scary kind of skull, kind of frightening vibe to it, which I thought really works. Nothing more than that. So again, you want the Skull 1 and paint pattern Inverted Triangle, which you get at Reputation 12 Level 6. So that's a good left shoulder for him. For the chest, no paint pattern, no symbol, but you want the Paisley 1 embossing, which you get at Reputation 3 Level 20. Gives a nice texture to the abdominal there, which I think is a good way to look at it. I really like that design there. Looks like if you were to rub your hands on it, you would feel some kind of texture back at you. So I like that look. I thought it would work. For the standards, you want the vertical halves, which you get at level 1, so you'll get this right away if you should already have this. And you want for your embossing the two-headed eagle, which you get at reputation 22, level 20, kind of a nod to the Byzantine Empire. So again, really cool look there. I thought it would fit for him. He still has his honor and his devotion to his empire, to what he came from. He recognizes his roots. So I thought this would be a good pattern for him to have on the back. For his material, I use black iron, which you get at reputation 7 level 20, or you can purchase it with steel. But you can also use the tar. Tar works just as well. I just don't have tar because black works fine. The black iron works okay. Tar just makes it look even more in depth, which is fine. You could make it work either way. So it's your choice. Part of the reason I chose black iron is because it matches in color with the skull faceplate. Tar makes it look a little too black compared to the faceplate. But again, it doesn't matter. Whichever one you want to run is fine. And then for the colors, the big moment. What colors are we running on this guy? We are running Royal, which you get at Reputation 4, level 15. I chose the purple color because of one reason. I was making a nod to the Praetorian Guard, which are a famous group of guards in the Roman army that were like the personal guards of the emperor, but they were famous for betrayal. They were famous for betraying emperors. And since the story behind Gaius Verus is all about betrayal and backstabbing, I thought I couldn't go wrong with that. I wanted to have that purple look. So you want the Royal color for Gaius Verus. Okay? Okay. In fact, it was kind of funny. When I first started making my Centurion character, I kind of made them like this honorable, noble person, but I still gave them the purple because I didn't know about the Praetorian Guard until Lark taught me about it and said, you know that the Praetorians were kind of assholes, right? And I was like, oh, shoot, you're right. But instead of changing it, I thought, wait, I could work with that, and that kind of led to the story. So kind of crazy how that works. All right. For feats, I choose body count because when I think about Gaius, he's this guy who, to him, numbers matter. Numbers matter in terms of how many men you have and how many men the enemy has, but more importantly, how many men you take down. So he just wants to kill, take down as many minions as he can. Haymaker, because, there's going to be passion behind his punch. He wants to hit you across the teeth and make you remember it. Pugio, but not only because, it's a good projectile feat, but if there's one thing that Gaius hates, it's cowardice. So if one of his own men or someone or one of the enemies tries to run, he's going to hurl that thing at them and say, no, you're not running away. He's very much like a commissar in Warhammer 40k. You show cowardice, he's going to kill you, whether you're an ally or an enemy. And then Phalanx, because it's the best feat he has. Like, genuinely, like, you could look at the others and like Stalwart Banner and Catapult. Stalwart Banner wouldn't work because he's not going to heal you. You're going to fight and you're going to die, that kind of thing. And Catapult, why would he use that? Why on earth would he use that when he has Phalanx? Okay, so honestly, Phalanx is the best thing to go with here, so go with Phalanx. All right, next, executions. I run Horkos Pharmakos because it fits with his connection to Horkos and what he's all about. He's lost some of his honor, so he's not afraid to poison and kill in that way. It takes guts. I kind of made this a nod to when he killed his old friend and commander. Precision cut, which is where he kind of gets all up in your face and then stabs you through the throat. And then Gladius Injugulum, because again, stabbing through the throat, kind of this dominating, powerful personality coming at you, and then a slow drag out. So it very much fits this ruthless attitude. And though it's ruthless, it's not sadistic. He's not here because he likes to cause pain. He's here because he likes results. And so he's very much a very efficient and very direct individual. For emotes, I use Horkos Trophy's head. So when he defeated his friend, he's showing that he's done what he needed to do in the name of Horkos. And then I Am War, showing his dedication to warfare and all things Horkos. For combat, he uses respect because he's still a respectful warrior. He's still going to show you respect, but he's still going to kill you. And then the challenge, I'm ready to take you on, that kind of attitude. For signature, I use Horkos Wolf. Horkos Wolf, I feel, is probably his best signature for his character. He's joined with Horkos. He's now ready to unleash the dogs of war. And then finally, for effect, there is no effect that he uses. He uses smoke effect for idle and uses the smoke effect for all of his executions, because the way I looked at it was when he joins with Horkos, he's been reforged, if you will. He's been reforged in the fires of Horkos and in the fires of war, so he's always a little smoky. He's always burning a little bit. But for re-roam and for combat, there is no emote. Although it's kind of funny, this Inquisition loyalty thing that's limited time that comes from the Inquisition's Healing Illusions outfit, I can actually see Gaius joining the Inquisition. I could totally see him leading the Inquisition if he wanted to. Like, yeah, think about that. What do you guys think? Do you think Gaius should be leader of the Inquisition? It feels like something he'd do. But that about covers everything there is to say about Gaius. When I was designing Gaius, like I said, I started off wanting to make a very honorable, very noble, very strong leader Centurion. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, man, what if you had a Centurion who took the darker path, who felt like he'd been betrayed and was now fighting on the side of Horkos? So that's why I created him the way I did. What do you guys think of Gaius? Have you heard his legend story yet? Definitely check it out if you haven't. I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on it. Will you be making your Centurion look anything like Gaius? What do you guys think? Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to support the channel if you have the time and the ability. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.